I thought that's what
No,
you
no,
were
no,
saying.
no, no. I'm saying that a guy can have. Pearl said it earlier in the stream. A guy can love more than one woman. Like he can genuinely love more than one woman at the same time. That's just facts. It just is what it is. It's just the biological nature of a guy. That's just how he moves. A guy can bust down a chick and get his nut off, and then that's gonna be that, right? And at the same time, he can mess with a completely different chick, get his nut off, and then get post nut clarity and don't even remember that chick name the millisecond that he get his nut off.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Right? And a lot of women think that they can operate from a sexual perspective the same way that men can, and they don't know what they're doing to themselves. They absolutely ruining themselves for the future and for the future guy that they want to marry and get in a relationship with.
Is there a study behind any of that, what you said, where a man can be in love with more than one woman?
It's called Mr. Logic 101. It's certified.
This is just from experience, or is this just from I'm just trying to get clarity.
You don't want to hear it. It's Mr. Logic 101.
I've here. Okay, well, let me give you my anecdotal experience, right? I've literally coached hundreds and hundreds of men. And men can absolutely love more than one woman at the same time.
So how many of those hundreds of men have been in that situation where they're telling you that they're in love with more than one woman?
I didn't say in love. I said they can love more than one woman.
Well, isn't that?
It's not the same. It's not the same.
So how many men can be in love with two women at the same time?
What do you mean? How many men? I said love. I don't know if you understand what I said. Love. So you asking me a completely separate question. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm asking
look at the chat. They're going to literally tell you. All of these guys are saying is facts.
But this is YouTube. So I want to hear from your.
But I also told you that I coached hundreds and hundreds of men. I can show you my schedule, and I got about 5 men lined up tomorrow to coach.
But B. Taylor, love is here it
about
is. Love
relationships specifically. And
love is a choice.
Well, hold on. Let me help her to understand something. See, when I talk to guys, I don't talk to guys from the perspective of giving them a one-size-fits-all answer. I build a relationship because I understand what their past is. I understand what it is that they're trying to accomplish. I learn to understand them in the first instance that I speak to them so that we actually have more conducive conversations that allow them to get to where it is that they try to go. I reverse engineer what it is that they're trying to do. So I understand where they came from. I understand where they're trying to go. And then I reverse engineer the solution for them. I understand them. When I talk to my guys, I know them. I know them and I know what they feel because they actually express themselves to me and they tell me and they let me know what they really think. And I've talked to hundreds of men and I'm telling you they can love more than one woman at the same time.
Are these men of different races?
Yes. I just got done talking to an Asian guy probably a little bit before I got on this panel.
And that they're in love with more than one. Oh, they love, because love, I agree with Bruiser, love is an action. It's love is
and they do that action with more than one woman.
So where do you get that women can't do the same thing, that we're not programmed for that?
That's not what I said. I said women shouldn't operate in the same way when it comes to having sex with multiple different partners in the way that men do. That's what I said.
There's no benefit for the woman to do that, to operate like that.
So is there a benefit for...
You can't trip me up because I know what I said.
Is there a benefit for a woman to be with a man that's doing that? Because there's STI.
Let me ask you a question. How about I answer your question? Why don't you sleep with men right now?
Why don't I sleep around with men? Because
why are you celibate for the last apparent 4 years and haven't slept with a man?
I said before I was in a relationship.
Oh, so you're not celibate. Okay. Why didn't you sleep with multiple different men at the same time?
I never done that.
Why didn't you do it?
He's asking you why.
Why haven't I done that? Because
why you keep repeating the question like you don't know what I said?
I'm trying to get clarity of what you're saying.
You write everything down. You've been getting clarity all night.
Yeah.
Why didn't you sleep with multiple different men at the same time?
Because obviously I know my self-worth and value. And I know that I'm not just going to give anybody my body because I want to protect myself. Just like I'm not giving my body to men who's giving his body to different women, because whoever he's sleeping with, he's still bringing back spiritually and physically whatever he's been dipping out there. Because who's to say the women he's been dipping with aren't sleeping with other men?
So you also added the caveat, which substantiates my point. My point is you didn't want the soul ties. You didn't want the attachments and the problems that came along with having a sexual relationship, because you understand that it's just as much as an emotional action for a woman as it is a physical action, and you didn't want to carry that into future relationships, which substantiates my point. Women can't operate in the same way that men operate, because men can completely detach themselves from whoever it is that they had sex with and then continue to move forward.
But
women
they
can't do that.
themselves from STIs and BV.
You moving adult. We're not talking about